This is the Impressions Xchange podcast.
Impressions Xchange podcast,
where all topics impacting the graphic imaging and printing industry are addressed via in-depth news coverage, analysis, and timely interviews. Welcome to this episode of the Impressions Xchange podcast. On this special episode, I speak with my colleague, Joe Marin, Senior Vice President, Member Services at Printing United Alliance, about the iLearning Plus platform. We discuss what courses and certifications are new, what's been the most popular among users, and why you need to visit iLearning Plus today, if you haven't already. So, Joe, thank you so much for joining me today.
Thanks for having me, Ashley.
Yeah. Thanks for coming back on the show. So today I want to talk to you a little bit about the iLearning Plus platform. So can you tell us about that? Give us a kind of a brief description of the iLearning Plus platform for those who haven't had access to it yet.
I can, yeah. iLearning Plus, what I like to tell people is think of iLearning Plus as this is my opinion, but I think that it's pretty true. It's probably one of the most robust collections of printing industry focused e-learning resources, certifications, training, reports, publications, and resources in the printing industry. So we really wanted to create a one-stop shop where printers could find resources for their business, for their staff, and so on.
Perfect. Thank you for that. So I would love to hear a little more about the reasoning behind why the Alliance launched the iLearning Plus platform in the first place.
Yeah, that's a great question. I think what we're seeing is a void in the printing industry from a learning and development standpoint, a structured learning and development standpoint, both for new employees and for seasoned staff who want to learn new skills, right, and up their game. So it really doesn't matter if you're a printer or if you're an industry manufacturer or OEM. Everyone is trying to overcome, I think, a common challenge in the industry. And that common challenge is finding skilled talent in the printing industry. If they can find skilled talent, that's a bonus. But I think most are looking to hire people that maybe don't necessarily have industry experience, but are motivated to learn and grow. And I think that's where iLearning Plus becomes an important resource. A lot of the courses that you'll find in the platform, they're designed specifically for people that are new to the industry. If you think about what a new employee has to absorb, with any new job, there's a lot to absorb. But when it comes to learning the industry on top of that, it's a lot, right? Learning the industry verbiage and lingo. It's like learning a different language and then understanding workflow and understanding how a job is produced and so on. And I guess the analogy that I always use when I talk about this is, if you're going to build a house, it's only going to be as good as the foundation. And I think that a lot of the courses in iLearning Plus will help build that foundation. And then the other thing that I'll mention is iLearning Plus, it's definitely more than introductory courses. You're going to find advanced courses, certifications, more advanced topics for staff that are seasoned, that want to learn more about a particular topic or learn a new skill. So I think that what you'll find in iLearning Plus is there's really something for everyone when it comes to training.
I love that. I love the idea that there's something for everyone, no matter if you just started out in the industry or you've been in the industry for decades. So one of the questions I have is, and you kind of touched on this a little bit. So what are some of the reasons employers should consider the iLearning Plus platform for their employees? And then on the other side of it, why should employees take advantage of what it has to offer?
A lot of companies have their usual organizational training, their usual onboarding process for all employees. Doesn't matter if you're working in production, if you're working in admin, or wherever you're at in the company. And I think what often gets overlooked is how significant new and continuous employee development really is. Ongoing learning and growth, that's a real contributor to how employees are engaged with company. It's important in building a solid relationship between the employee and the company and vice versa. It's important in building relationships between the employee and their customers. There are a lot of studies that have revealed that engaged employees who successfully meet training goals, they position themselves to contribute more to the success of the company. And what iLearning Plus brings to the table for both the company and the employee is things like technical skills development, right? We work in a really specialized industry. We work in look, let's put it on the table here. We work in an industry that is really challenging. Like if our industry was coming in every day and producing the same widget over and over and over again, that's easy. But we're not. We're in a very highly specialized product industry where everything that we produce is different, right? And has unique challenges. So technical skills development is going to be really important. The second thing is training gives the employee the ability to adapt and innovate and kind of think outside the box. It helps employees stay current with industry trends, techniques used to produce jobs, software applications, solutions, hardware applications, and so on. Employees that are well trained, they're more efficient. I mean, training has over and over again shown that it reduces errors, it minimizes waste, all the things that go along with that. And then, professional development and employee engagement, that's another benefit because, if you look at the newer generation, ongoing training is really important. They ask those questions when they're being interviewed. I mean, we interviewed somebody just a couple of weeks ago that we hired, and that was one of the questions she had was, what's my growth path look like? What are the training opportunities that I have? Do you prioritize training? Do you prioritize professional and personal growth? So I think when companies invest in education and training programs, it really demonstrates their commitment to their employees' professional development and to their growth.
Incredible. And I like, something that you mentioned is that it's a way to help stay up to date with current trends and the technology, because as we know, the printing industry is constantly evolving. And so tell me, my understanding is that obviously it's not a stagnant set of courses and certifications. It's we're constantly adding things, right?
Yeah.
So what's new on the platform? What can people look for?
Yeah. We've got we're constantly adding new courses and certifications. The great thing is we've noticed once people are in and they start taking courses, they're voracious. They're looking for new courses. They're looking for courses that build on the course that they just took. And so, if we look at, it's funny when I looked at the date today, we launched iLearning Plus a year ago. It's been 1 year as of August 1st. And when we launched, the topics that were in iLearning Plus were very much commercial print focused. And we've got a strong library of courses for commercial printers. But in the past 6 months, the iLearning Plus team, they've done, and our SMEs, our subject matter experts that we work together with, they've done a great job of really branching out to support training in other printing communities. So we've added, over the past 6 months, we've added a dozen new courses, new and updated courses or topics. And that includes, we've updated certification, a couple of certifications for 2023. We've updated color management professional offset certification, color management professional pre-press certification, color management professional sales certification. We've expanded into the packaging industry with a color management professional Flexo certification. We've also added a packaging print essentials brand new course. And then we're also delving into the apparel industry with direct to garment, direct to film essentials introductory course. We have a screen printing ink essentials course. We've got a brand new color management professional wide format certification. And we've got new course. I know I'm going on and on here, but it's just exciting. We've added new course offerings that include lockout, tagout, and safety, and cut sheet digital printing essentials, spot color management for digital printing. I think I caught all of them there, but it's a lot. And we've got so many more in the pipeline. We've been really busy. The iLearning Plus team has been really busy, and we're just getting started. So we're really excited about that.
I love your enthusiasm. It sounds like there's just so much that people can take advantage of. So what are some of the most popular courses and certifications?
Yeah, I think building on what Ashley, what you and I spoke about earlier, which is, a lot of new hires coming into the industry that may not have a lot of experience. Some of the best-selling courses are introductory. So the best-selling course continues to be Orientation of the Graphic Arts. And that course kind of covers how a piece is produced from start to finish, from idea through delivery, and it talks about what's involved in it. And, you get a lot of industry lingo and terminology in that course. Another one is how to evaluate and communicate color. Everything we produce is in color. So you've got to be able to speak with each other internally and externally with your customers. And you've got to understand how to describe color and communicate it effectively. And then our top selling certifications are color management professional fundamental certification. Everybody has to produce color, and it's expected that everybody produces color well. And that's a really good foundational course to start with, or foundational certification to start with. And then the other certification that's really popular is customer service professional certification. So, a lot of printers they're hiring people with customer service experience, but they don't have a frame of reference when it comes to customer service in the printing industry. And that's what this certification gives them. So yeah, that's the short list.
Amazing, amazing. So is there anything else you would want to share?
Other than keep checking back at iLearning Plus, we're releasing courses so quickly that it's hard for me to even keep up, which is just fantastic. There's going to be more courses and certifications, even though we just did release August 1st. There's going to be more courses and certifications released around Expo in October. And then we have more slated for the end of the year, and we're just going to keep going. So, keep checking back. And then I'll also encourage people that, if you have training needs, or if, you're looking for a path for particular employees, just pick up the phone, give me a call, shoot me an email, and I'll be happy to walk through your training needs, and we can put together, a series of courses or certifications that would be best for, a new hire, or maybe a group of people within your organization.
Beautiful. And if someone listening has not yet been to iLearning Plus, where can they go?
Yep. If you just go to iLearning Plus, spell out the plus, plus.org, that'll take you right to the homepage with all the courses, products, and certifications. So iLearning Plus, all one word, .org.
Perfect. And for listeners, I will link to that in the description below. And Joe, one more thing. Do we want to talk at all about like pricing, members, non-members, anything like that?
Yeah, I think one of the things to mention is if you're a Printing United Alliance member, you get at least 20% off of everything in iLearning Plus. So even if you purchase just a couple of courses, that pays for membership so quickly. Printer membership is $400. If you invest in just a few training courses within your organization and you're not a member, I would encourage you to become a member and then buy the courses, because you'll save that money very, very quickly. An investment in membership pays for itself, immediately when it comes to an investment in training.
Thank you so much, Joe. I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us today.
Thanks, Ashley. Appreciate you having me.
If you would like more information about iLearning Plus, please visit iLearningPlus.org. I will link to it in the description below. To learn more about joining the Alliance and for more information about member-exclusive resources, visit printing.org/join. I want to thank Joe for joining me on today's episode, and of course, I want to thank all of you, our listeners. Stay tuned for the next episode of the Impressions Xchange podcast.